Do you think, like subconsciously, do you think that the word? I mean, I know people love Rihanna. We all love Rihanna. But do you think there's like a subconscious thing inside people that are even more happy with her about this news because of her turmoil with Chris Brown? Like, do you think that that's in the back of people's heads? Like, baby girl, you've been through so much. Like, fucking W.
I
like,
think people always...
You know what I mean?
But I think that's just people wanting to root for Rihanna because they saw, like, so much bad shit happen to her. I think there's a part of that. But I also think that a lot of people are like, we don't give a damn about Chris Brown. Like, we don't need to keep talking about him and what he did to Rihanna because, number one, stop giving that man clout. Just drop him. Just stop fucking talking about him. Stop listening to his fucking music.
That's fair.
I think that's also why people are like...
You don't listen to Chris Brown music?
No.
At all?
No.
It was never your shit?
I literally have him blocked on Spotify. Like, I don't know. Yeah, you can block people on Spotify. Yeah, I found that out. I would always skip, like, you know, sometimes, like, one of his songs, he would collaborate with somebody.
But, like, do you not like him from the jump, or do you not like him for the Rihanna thing?
No, I just don't support abusers.
It's just point blank, period.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's it.
Okay.
And it's not just for, like, the Rihanna thing, like, which is what people love
like
to, like, talk.
And, like, all,
like, it's, like, Rihanna and, like, everyone that came after her. You know? It's, like, if you almost kill somebody, like, I don't know. I'm not listening to your fucking music. What is this? What?
Interesting.
You know what I mean? It's like if I knew that, like, the owner of the bakery down the street is an abuser, I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to go get some conchas. I would be like, no, I'm not fucking buying from him. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's like music is art, but that's also just a service. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you could choose not to participate in the service. Yeah.
Like, no artist is that fucking good. You know what I mean? No artist is that fucking good. To, like, bend my moral backbone? No, I'm good. I'm okay.
People still listen to R. Kelly.
I know, and it's insane. It's insane.
Who else? People still fuck with Chris.
People still fuck with Chris Brown. People still listen to Tekashi, and they make fucking collaborations with him.
Yeah,
like, there's so many fucking...
Hate him.
There's so many fucking, like, artists, that people, like, they just love to excuse it. And it's always men, and why? Like, what are they doing for you? They gave you a pop song?
Specifically with music, they might be able to detach the art from the person.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you just, like, to me, and that, it, like, I am very, like, black and white about it, because it is that fucking, like...
For you, yeah.
Like, that fine line for me, where it's, like, I don't, it's not that I can separate myself from the artist, is that I don't want, that's so weird. I don't want to do that, because I'm still, to do that is for me to be like, I am okay with the things that they did, because I'm still supporting them.
Interesting.
You can't separate the art from the artist, because if you support their art, you support the artist. That's how it is. Again, like, if there is, like, a business near me, let's say a car wash or whatever the fuck, and I know that the owner is, like, an abuser, or I know that the owner committed, like, murder, whatever the fuck it is that they did,
right,
and I don't think that's right, I'm probably gonna not go to that fucking car wash. I'm gonna go to another one. You know what I mean? Like,
and you said that it's always men, but what about, like, how do you feel about Cardi B?
How do I feel about her?
What did she do?
What did she do?
Wasn't it Cardi B that, like, she used to be a stripper, and she straight up, like,
she drugged that guy one time,
like,
or whatever,
and
like, stole his watch and shit like
stuff,
that.
Like, and
allegedly,
they said they, like, used to do it.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know anything about the story.
Another stripper.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's always men. I think it's just so much more fucking common for male artists
to be apologists,
to get away, to get away with shit and still, like, have support. I didn't know that about Cardi B.
Maybe
I don't know the in depth of it or whatever, but I do remember what you were saying. The way that I feel about that is that it's always nuanced. Like, it's I can separate myself, like, separate the artist from the person, and it's specifically with music. There's such a way that you receive music in the time of your life that, like, sometimes I'll listen to, like, I'll still listen to a Chris Brown song every now and then, and when I listen to it, I'm not necessarily thinking about Chris Brown. I'm thinking about the moment in my life whenever I heard this song. I understand that, like, by proxy, if I listen to one Spotify, like if I give him one Spotify stream, he might get 0.00000 whatever of a penny of in royalties one day. You know, I understand that, but I also don't know how his record contract is set up, so I don't know if he actually receives any of that or if the record company does it or like that.
It's not even about like percentages or like. Chris Brown is somebody. It's like
I wouldn't go to his show, but I wouldn't go to his show because I don't want to go see Chris Brown live.
Sure,
because I just
but
don't
any
care
kind
about
of like if you stream his music once, it's not about like how much he's gonna get in money. It's also just about you're upholding his career. You know what I mean? To me, I'm like, there are certain things to me that, again, are like black or white. There are certain things to me that I don't apologize, like I am not going to make excuses for, and that to me there is no nuance to them. Like abuse, I don't find nuance in that. Violence, I don't fucking find nuance in that. Rape, I don't find nuance in that. So I am not willing to be like, are there
tiers for you, or is it all on the same line?
What do you mean?
Like, are there tiers for like the kind of the offense that you commit, or is it all for you? It's like all at the same baseline.
I mean,
because I say that to say one thing.
But what do you like? Are there tiers for like the level of violence that they use, or like the
no, they're
of
just
abuse?
offenses. Like you put rape and you put
well,
rape.
Sure.
You put like, are there do you find that there's tiers in that, or any kind of abuse period? You're just like that. That was
oh
okay.
Yeah, like abuse, like as a whole, done. Like I don't.
That's
like,
your baseline.
Because I am, if I don't.
Because that goes into like the cancel culture
like,
thing.
Those are my like those my views on that are very like
clear, cut and dry.
Clear, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I am not willing to like bend that for anyone or anything, even if it is to like whenever I was younger, I listened to Chris Brown. Yeah. And then I grew up and I found out what he did, and I was like, no, I don't want to keep giving you a fucking career, because if I keep listening to your music, it doesn't matter that you're only getting a fucking penny out of that. The point is that I keep giving you the chance to be a musician and to like have this huge fucking platform that you don't fucking deserve and that you shouldn't fucking have. You know what I mean? Like monetary, like sure, he could retire right now, never have another career, and he would be set for life. That doesn't matter. The point is that I'm giving this man a platform and he shouldn't have one.
I find the whole cancel, because that goes into a little bit of like cancel culture and stuff, and I have a complicated viewpoint on that because of the fact that I don't think cancel culture should exist without a redemption culture. And that's why I'm asking you about the tiers, because I do think what Chris Brown did was fucked up, and I don't approve of that whatsoever. But I'm also not like the arbiter of moral standard to some degree, and for the majority of people, or for a large majority of people, especially in the black community, they did, for quote unquote, forgive him because he still had a career. He was still able to flourish.
Right. There's a lot of people that you literally can tweet at any point, at any time of the day, something about like supporting like, or looking for like, you can look comments on Chris Brown. There's gonna be millions of people defending him, and that's always going to.
I'm not gonna defend what he did.
But I'm saying people are always gonna like not defend in the sense that they're like like what he did wasn't that bad. It's just that they're gonna be like, it was so long ago, and like you'll never give him a chance to like change. Which, number one, if we're talking specifically about Chris Brown, he doesn't have like, again, whenever we started talking about this, I was like, it isn't just the Rihanna thing. There's like there's a plethora of other like issues that he has had. Like he has a pattern of violence and abuse. Yeah, that's a fact.
He has a pattern.
That is part of like who he is. Well, that is never going to change.
What I'm saying is that at one point, or the reason why I did not jump on that bandwagon, first of all, whenever that happened, I wasn't aware of those kinds of things in general. But like the reason I didn't jump on that bandwagon is because in my life, in my personal life, the people that I grew up around, the people that also positively affected my life, they weren't perfect either. And there, at some point, they might have had. I mean, I grew up in the ghetto, so like there were people. I was around drug dealers and people that just got out of jail for felonies, and people that just got out of the penitentiary for murder and like this and that. So but some of those people had really valuable things to teach. So to some degree, there, in my mind, there has to be some sort of redemption past the cancel. And I'm not saying give them the career. I'm not saying like they should have a career. They should be able to continue doing and be like, you know, make millions of dollars. But there has to be, or at least in my opinion, it would be great if attached to cancel culture in terms of nuance and in terms of like degree of offense, there was also a redemption culture to go parallel with that. Because even though I do agree with you, Chris Brown fucked that shit up, because even if when they did give him a chance to show that he might have had contrition and changed his, and like saw himself in a different light and like really changed his behavior and this and that, he fucked it up, because he did have a more pattern of anger issues and things like that. So I do think he fucked it up. But for somebody that might have gone that route, gotten a second chance, and then proved otherwise, I'm not necessarily opposed to being like, okay, well, yeah, like I got you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
but would you say, okay, so that might work for like a normal person, just like a regular person who's not on the limelight, whatever. But specifically, let's say Chris Brown, because I just looked it up. He has an actual open $28 million case lawsuit against him for drugging and raping women.
Oh, yeah.
And this was just one of the last things that he was like accused of. Now, would you say that this redemption culture, I mean, because really redemption, that's just called life. Yeah. You know, you're just living it, and are you a shitty human being, or are you a person who's just going to do better, right? But as a person in the limelight, I don't really think, do you think that it would matter to these people that have all the money, they have all the power already to actually even be redeemed? Like, do they really care?
Redeemed?
Yeah, do they care?
They should.
But like, I mean, most of the time I think they don't.
If their morals are already so like tweaked that they would do like that, they have such a pattern of that. It's like, there is like, famous people don't need redemption culture. You know what I mean? Like, they don't need that.
You should know not to do that.
When have you ever known of like an artist that actually like had to face the consequences for what they did, and that they lost like they actually had to like face like real hard repercussions. You know what I mean? It's like that
relative to what? Like, what do you mean by hard repercussion? Like like repercussions that a normal person might face?
Well,
I mean, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
Martha Stewart went to jail.
Right. And that's like
that sounds like a pretty hard she went to the fucking like
federal
prison. Like, that sounds like a hard repercussion.
Like, they're not normal people. You know what I mean? Like, they don't operate in society like people who don't have millions of fucking money do.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to people like abusers that have a platform, the problem is not that you have fucking money. Rich people exist everywhere. But if you're a shitty person, then you shouldn't be able to influence millions of fucking people across the world. And that's the fucking problem.
Right.
Like, that's the thing with cancel culture. It's not like, I mean, I think that there's a lot of like, I think cancel culture it's not fucking useful, and I think it became like something completely different, because cancel culture is just holding fucking people accountable. Like, that's it. That's all that you need to do.
I agree with that.
It doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna fucking tweet a hashtag. That's not what like, cancel culture is me saying like, I don't want to listen to this person because they're an abuser, and I don't fucking support that. Like, that's what it is. And I think it started with people being like, hey, why do you keep supporting abusers? Like, why do we keep fucking doing that? Why do we keep giving them our money and our fucking attention, and we give them these fucking platforms when they don't fucking deserve them?
Well,